So we are dealing with exercise 3A. But before we start, I would just quote a famous quote by Charles Caleb Colton. Charles Caleb Colton. He was a famous English writer who wrote and who said that the study of mathematics is like the Nile. You know the Nile River? Which begins in minuteness. Minuteness means very small. But when you talk about its end, it ends in magnificence. So study of mathematics is just like Nile, my dear, which, begins in minuteness but ends in magnificence. However, we shall now start with our daily exercise 3A, which deals with fractions. And as you all know, that when you are talking about fraction, you can say it is a way of representation of values. So you know that when you are talking about fraction, it means a part of a whole, isn't it? Or you can say a rational number. A rational number in the form of a by b, where b should not be equal to 0. And a and b should be integers. So when you're talking about a fraction, then it should be in the form of a by b, like 2 by 3, or let it be 3 by 4, or you can say minus 2 by 3 also. As I said, that a and b should be integers. Now, when you look at this 2 by 3, you can say that it is a proper fraction. So proper fraction means whose denominator is more than the numerator, or the numerator is smaller than the denominator. When you talk about 3 by 4, then 3 by 4 is an improper fraction. Why? Because it is the reverse. The denominator is less than the numerator. Now, all these 2 by 3, 3 by 4, minus 2 by 3, they all come under vulgar fraction, which we shall study in exercise 3A. Vulgar fraction. So you can say that when you are talking about vulgar fraction, this means simple fraction. Simple fraction. Okay? Simple fraction, which can be a proper fraction or an improper fraction, like 100 by 3, 20 by 99 minus 30 by 47. What are all these? These all are improper, proper, proper. They're fractions, or you can say they are called vulgar fractions. Okay? However, in the process of language change, when you are talking about vulgar, so in the process of language change, the word has gained its meaning as rude or impolite. That is why sometimes you go and complain, sir, he is using vulgar language. So that is different thing, but here we are talking about vulgar fraction, which means simple fractions, whether it can be a proper or it can be improper. Now we have mixed fraction also. So when you're talking about mixed fraction like 3, 4 by 5, what do you observe here? We observe that we have a whole number part, whole number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whole number part, while 4 by 5 over here, 4 by 5 is a proper fraction. Therefore, mixed fraction means a fraction which contains a whole number or an integer. It can be an integer also, plus proper fraction, whole number, or it can be integer also. Okay, or it can be whole number or integer plus a proper fraction, because if it is minus 3, then in that case it will be an integer only. Okay, as we move on, we will go into further details. Therefore, when we are talking about decimal fraction, so it is a fraction which can be represented in decimal form. Decimal fraction. Okay, now we have a decimal fraction, means it can be a fraction which can be represented in decimal form. Naturally, all vulgar fractions can be represented in decimal form, but it is a terminating, but what we are talking about is a terminating decimal. Terminating means which ends. Terminating decimal like 3.4.019. And for decimal fraction, the denominator should be multiples of 2 or 5 or 10. 2 or 5 or 10 means if the denominator has 2 over here, you can say it is a decimal fraction. Of course, it's a vulgar fraction also. If it is 5 by 10, or if it is 15 by 10, or it is 157 by 10, it can be converted into decimal form which terminates 15.7, or you can say it is a decimal fraction. So before you get confused, we shall come to our exercises, in which exercise 3A number 1 I find little confusing, not complicated but confusing. Okay, where the children might agree or disagree to a point. Like in number 1, let me draw a chart. In that chart, no, draw a chart, not make a chart. We have 3 by 5, 11 by 10, 13 by 20, 18 by 7, then we have 3, 2 by 9, then we have 19 by 10 to the power 3, and then we have 2, 7 by 10, we have one more, 20, 23 by 500. So these are the values of, or these are the fractions which have been given, and I am going to, or we are being told to categorize this. Let me categorize this. Okay, categorize this in vulgar fraction, decimal fraction, proper fraction, improper fraction. No. So here we have the first one they are talking about is vulgar fraction. The second one they are talking about is DF, decimal fraction, then proper fraction, then improper fraction, and then mixed numbers or mixed fraction. Okay. Now, when, as from the previous note that we have studied, that vulgar fraction means it should be in a form of A by B. So I find that this is also a vulgar fraction. Vulgar fraction. What do you think about 13 by 20 is a vulgar fraction? Vulgar fraction? No. 3, 2 by 9 I find is not a vulgar fraction. 19, 10 to the power 3. Oh, this is also a vulgar fraction because this is 19 by 1000. 2, 7 by 10 is mixed number, while this is a vulgar fraction. So when you're talking about vulgar fraction, it should be in the form of A by B. Try to understand the concept. Then we have decimal fraction. As I said, in decimal fraction, the denominator should be in the multiples of 2, 5 or 10. Therefore, this is also a decimal fraction. Decimal fraction 10, multiples of 10, decimal fraction. Then here we go, decimal fraction. Then here 2, 7 by 10 can be written as 2.7. So decimal fraction. 23 by 500 decimal fraction. What about proper fraction? So this is my proper fraction, while 11 by 10 is improper fraction. 13 by 20 is proper fraction. What about 18 by 7? Improper fraction, mixed number. And this one, proper fraction. 2, 7 by 10, mixed number. And mixed number, while 23 by 500 is my proper fraction. So what I found is, by drawing this chart, you can categorize each of them as vulgar fraction, decimal fraction, as well as proper fractions. Okay, I hope the concept is clear, not the answer. Okay, moving on to question number 2, we have change. What change? Change improper fraction fraction to mixed fraction. So we are going to change improper fraction to mixed fraction, like 38 by 5. 38 by 5 to mixed fraction, this is an improper fraction. So why not to understand the concept first? This is the dividend, while this is the divisor. Dividend should always be written in capital letter and divisor small letter, so that you can recognize it soon. So when we divide 38 by 5, so 5 7 times 35, and my remainder will be 3. So as you all can see, this is the quotient. This was your dividend. This was your dividend, while this was your divisor, while 3 is my remainder. 3 is my remainder. So you are not to deal anything with dividend. We'll write the mixed fraction in this form, that 38 by 5 should be in the form of quotient, okay, by divisor, quotient divisor by remainder, quotient divisor by remainder. So here my quotient is what? My quotient is 7, divisor is 5, and the remainder is 3. So any number if you get, you can easily convert it into mixed number. When you come to question number 3, I find that in question number 3 we have mixed fraction to improper, the reverse. Okay? In question number 3 we have mixed fraction to improper fraction. Improper fraction means the reverse. So if it is in reverse form, we can also opt for a suitable method, like 7 5 by 13. This can be written as, start from here, from 13, and move clockwise. Move clockwise, start from 13. So I'll write 13 over here. Now on the top, 13 into 7, 13 into 7 plus 5. So 13 into 7 plus 5 will be equal to 91 plus 5 by 13 is equal to 96 by 13. Let me take one more. 12 7 by 11. As I said, 11 will be over here. Move clockwise. 11 into 12 plus 7 is equal to 132 plus 7 by 11 is equal to how much? 139 by 11. Improper fraction. While when we talk about question number 4, in question number 4 what we have? Reduce or simplify. Simplify. So reduce, what reduce? 27 by 36. How can you reduce it? So we can reduce it if we keep on dividing in small units with prime numbers. Divided by 3, divided by 3. So whatever you divide, if you are dividing it 27 by a number, you have to divide 36 also by the same number. Let me see. I get 9 by 12. Is in the simplest form? No. I'll divide once again. I'll divide once again by 3. And here we go. 3 by 4. Now, sometimes when you get bigger number, okay, bigger number, you want to divide, you want to simplify 27 by 36 in one go. Means you want to divide both of them by one number only, and you should get the answer. So for that, you need to find out the HCF. So HCF of 36 and 27 is how much? 27, 1 times 27, 9. Okay, this 27 comes over here. 9 3 are 27. This 9 becomes your HCF. Therefore, with this 9, if I divide both of them, we'll get 3 by 4, which is also our solution. This is also a way to do it. Which you will choose, you will do it by yourself. In number 5, when we come to question number 5, we have equivalent. Equivalent, equivalent fraction. As I said, EQUI. EQUI means equal fraction. Means fractions having equal values. Fractions having equal values. How will you know that 30 by 40 and 12 by 16, they are equivalent fraction? So one way that you know it is by simplification. Number 1, by simplification. Okay, so how are we going to simplify? We are going to simplify in this form. This 30 by 40 can be simplified as 3 by 4, while 12 by 16 can be simplified. 4 3 times 4 4 times is equal to 3 by 4. So by simplification, you can say that 30 by 40 and 12 by 16 are equal, or they are equivalent fraction. Another method, okay, we have is finding their cross product. Cross product means if you have 30 by 40 and 12 by 16, you need to find their cross product. Means 30 multiplied by 16 and 12 multiplied by 40. You have to check whether both of them are equal or not. So here after multiplication we get 480. Here also 480. I find both the values are equal. So we will say they are equivalent fraction. In the last one, that is question number 6. Okay, we have complex fraction. Complex fraction. Here in complex fraction, these fraction do not include proper or improper. They do not include proper or improper fraction. They include fractions like 3 by 5 by 18. So They are neither proper nor improper fractions, nor they are mixed fraction. Minus 6 by 2 by 5. Please check your book. 3 1 by 3, 7 2 by 7. Minus 5 2 by 9 by 5. So these all are fractions, my dear, which are called complex fraction. Of course, you can see it as complex numbers. But, this but is very dangerous. How dangerous? Because but minus 8 by 0, or when you talk about 8 by 0, so they are neither complex nor simple fraction, because 8 by 0 or minus 8 by 0, they are undefined. It is meaningless. We call it meaningless also. Why? Because 8 by 0, ultimately we don't say we get a value, we do not get a value, we get a very large value, which we call it infinite. Okay? So I hope all of you have understood the chapter, and your home assignment, as I said, your home assignment is to complete exercise 3A fully. Okay? And thanks to my children for writing or showing their interest in the studies. Okay? Once again, thank you all for your cooperation.